me, the only thing I really don't produce, but I can if I tried, is what? It's country music. But
imagine beefing with
yeah.
Imagine someone pulls up a beat for beef and then it's ukuleles.
It's a country song.
None of it was real.
Yo, what's up, and welcome to episode 38 of the 30% podcast, hosted by yours truly, Afam, and my great old buddy, Sam. Sam, what's up?
Great old buddy. What's going on, bro? What's going on?
How are you doing, bro? I don't know if you can talk about this, but you're not even in Nairobi right now, man.
I'm not even in Nairobi. I wonder how this is being recorded.
I mean, we are not in Nairobi currently.
We collective we. Yeah, man, I'm not in Nairobi.
Moving along swiftly.
Sam. At the time you're hearing this, I will be in Nairobi, so let's leave it there. Maybe actually, I don't know. I am in the. Is Garissa in the north of Kenya?
Yes,
it is, right? Do you know where?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know. Anyway, I'm in Garissa. We are working on a documentary. It's a really cool documentary. It's about climate change.
Ooh.
It's about climate change.
We're
very
following, activist of you, Sam.
Very, very.
Nice.
We're following. Well, not. I'm running around holding a boom mic and recording audio on lapels. I'm not doing much activism, but we're recording a. I guess I could just talk about it. It's with an organization called Save the Children. And there's a kid called Imran. I don't know if I should share his name online, but anyway, no, he's a star. He's a climate. He's like 17, but he's like into climate activism. So the past, so yesterday and today we've been in Garissa. I think it was Thursday and Friday we were at Sarit Center for the expo, where it's like a climate change thing that was happening. So
nice.
Yeah, so that's what, man. It's cool. Garissa's hot, bro. This weather is, but now it's winter for them. They say so. It's not as
what's
hot.
The
it's
weather?
Like cool
breeze.
What's
the temperature like during the day?
I don't know actually. But it's very hot.
Okay, tomorrow kindly check so that I don't know, because I'm curious to see if they're saying it's winter and then it's 31. The day,
trust me. Their winter is different from Nairobi's summer, man.
Yeah.
It's
look at you, Sam, changing the world, man.
Changing the world
at a time. one boom mic at a time, man. Listen, power to you, bro.
You have to do what you have to do. This audio thing has to be
sonically changing the world. I love it.
Yep. How's your
so
week been,
how's mine? My week was cool. What did I do? Made a bunch of beats, which is good. I'm back on the beat grind. Producer grind. Oh no, I can't say that because that's somebody's brand. Anyway, I had something scheduled that bounced, which was very depressing. I can't really talk about it, but you know how you schedule something and you're super excited and you're like, let me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then the day comes.
Wake up in the morning, just set out your outfit, play your outfit out on the bed.
You had laid your outfit out like the night before.
Yeah.
And then the day comes, you're there, and then reality strikes, man. Bruh, the music industry is something else. But anyway.
It's a cold world.
It's some things you can plan for, but you can plan everything to detail, but then it just falls apart and it's not really in your control. That's kind of what happened to me this week, and very disappointing, but it is what it is.
Yep.
So that happened. When did that happen? That was either, bruh, I don't know why whenever you're on the podcast, you just forget You forget everything that you did
Everything, yes.
in the week.
It's because you're thinking too much. You're thinking entirely too much. I realize I say thinking too much like a proper Kenyan. Thinking too much. You're thinking.
Yeah. Well, that was either Tuesday or Wednesday, and
Yeah.
then then we got invited for Kinoti's listening party. That was Thursday.
Shout out Kinoti, man, and Wangeshi. Wangeshi
I
for
know,
inviting us.
man.
Thank you,
And
Wangeshi. It was really
shout
lovely.
out Matilda Wangeshi, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was. So Sam, how was your experience?
It was cool. It was cool.
Wait, actually, let me paint a picture. Let me paint a picture here. First of all, I arrived before Sam. Now, if you're an introvert like us, there's one thing that's really annoying when you arrive to a place where you don't know anyone before the other person, because you have to awkwardly just be there waiting for your social
you're obviously
crutch.
not going to say hi to no one else. Obviously not.
No,
Why would you
I'm
want
not.
to do that?
Yeah, why am I just going to talk to people if I really don't? You know what I mean? So I'm just sitting there like wondering where Sam is. Where could Sam be? So I arrived there. Sorry, I know I just kind of hijacked. So anyway, yeah, I arrived there like an hour late, but it hadn't started, which was lucky. I mean, because I thought,
that's the most Kenyan thing to ever happen is for you to arrive late,
timing.
hurrying, and yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, and then stuff hasn't happened yet. I mean, it's Kenyan, it's African. I don't know if it's to be applauded, but
it's not at
yeah.
all,
anyway,
no.
so anyway, yeah, I arrived, but to Sam's credit, he arrived like 15 minutes afterwards. So it wasn't too bad. I wasn't sat there.
Oh, you were there for
awkwardly.
10 minutes. I thought okay. I thought you were there for longer.
It was like 10-15 minutes. Yeah. So Sam, what was your experience like?
First off, you went to pick the seats. When you arrive late and then the thing is almost starting, and then you pick the front seats. Now everyone has to watch me come in late.
There was nowhere else to sit, bro.
Wait, it was
like,
packed
that's
already?
The thing. Yeah, because I came late. I'm telling you, I came late. So everywhere else was kind of taken. So I had no option.
Well, yeah, it was. It was cool. It was not so many people. I'd probably say 100 and something, 100 give or take.
100 and something, I'd say.
Yeah. And a different crowd from what we. Oh, I don't know what I don't mean what we're used to, but it was just a different crowd than.
I don't know if we're even used to any crowds because we're barely outside. So
that's an important point. But
very important.
Yeah.
Point.
So, but it was cool. It was cool. Very chill. A younger crowd, obviously, because Kinoti he appeals to the young people.
Yeah.
And so we chill. It started. They I don't remember the name of that guy, the guy who came to sort of introduce it and pander to the girls. Shout out to him though.
No idea. I can't remember. Yeah, shout out to him. He was kind of like the MC. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. He did a good job. And then they played. Interestingly, they played so he shot a documentary. Where did he record it? Meru? One of them.
Meru. It was in Meru.
Yeah. So he had.
I think that's his shags.
Yeah, Kinoti and the producer, Modest. Shout out Modest. They recorded like a mini documentary thing. So they played half of that in the beginning. That was really cool. I liked the idea. I think it brought a lot more to the experience. I felt
like a lot more context.
Yeah, exactly. Like you get to see his personality. Kinoti is a very chill guy. He's very chill, very down to earth.
He is, yeah.
So it's always good to see. Incredible talent, though. I did feel that the video went a little too long, in my opinion. Like it went on and on and on, and I think
it's just because I think what was bad was like. Yeah, what was bad was that people like kind of stopped paying too much attention because everyone was just like talking
with themselves.
I think as a concept, it's a good idea because it's kind of intimate. It like brings context for like the album. This is what I'm doing. This is the creative process. It just went on a little bit too long and people's attentions were kind of lost. But I think the idea was a solid idea.
If they would have maybe shortened it down to, I want to say,
5 minutes or
5
something
minutes,
like that.
7 minutes. That would have been
Yeah.
it would have been sweet enough. And then they played the EP. EP was great. I mean, Kinoti's music is
Yeah, I think everything after that was amazing.
Yeah.
Everything after that was just fantastic.
Yeah. His music is I enjoy his kind of music. Like that's what I tend to listen to a lot, is just sad songs on guitars and a single voice and all that stuff. I really enjoy that kind of music. So hearing that
And
being done,
love songs, bro. This guy seems like he's gone through like the most in terms of like his
he's gone
relationship.
through, he's gone through a lot too. I'm trying to but he's a good enough writer. And his vocal performance is just brilliant. So yeah, I enjoyed it.
I know, and that's
EP.
bro. This guy's vocal is insane. But yeah, I mean, paint the picture. So like, and then he so after the video, right? They played the EP, but they just played it like they played the audio of it.
The EP
right?
is called Little Messages. I don't think we've said that. Actually.
Little Messages, yeah. And also key detail. They also set up like a thing outside where people could write like little messages on sticky notes.
Aha.
Did you notice that?
Yes, I did.
Did you notice that?
Yeah, I did.
This ties back to our whole discussion about rollouts and just marketing and all that type of stuff.
Creative
attention to detail
and stuff, yeah.
And creative direction. And then even today I saw him post on his story. He posted like that he put those sticky notes in his like room, like on the wall. Let me tell you why that's genius. Okay, one, that shows that he's a genuine guy. But if we're looking at it marketing wise, like it's genius because it really brings your fans, like it makes your fans feel like they're more than just fans, like they're really close to you. And that's
kind of creepy though.
No, but that's what you want. You always want to cultivate a fan base that feels really, you know how like Beyonce's fan base, Nicki Minaj's fan base, like they feel, they call Beyonce mother, like they feel so like entangled with her life. You know what I mean? That's what you want, man. Once you create yourself a nice like fan base that will always ride for you and feel like you will always ride for them, you'll always be fine. Because let's say something happens and you're out of YouTube and you're out of Spotify, those fans will find a way to purchase your music. Like if you say all of a sudden I'm only releasing music on Bandcamp, those people will go on Bandcamp. They will make, why am I calling it Bandcamp? Bandcamp. And they will make a concerted, they'll even set up like profiles and buy your stuff. Like that's what I'm saying. I think it's really genius. But anyway, that's just me. But in the human way, I think that's just really nice that he did that. So yeah, they set up that. And then after the video with the context, showing the context of how they made the music with Modest and everything. They played the EP, which was really dope. Everyone was like applauding after every song, which was nice. And then he came out.
Has fans.
No. I missed. They first came out with the guy to have like a mini interview, right?
Yes. So they came out. They talked about. What did they talk about? Influences.
They just talked about stuff, yeah.
Just like the interview before the project and his headspace and all of that business. Insightful again. Very. I liked it.
Very insightful.
It was well thought of.
Curated,
for his stage, yeah.
And then so did the mini interview, then they played the EP, and then after that they performed the EP, which is dope, right? I think that's nice. I think that was really nice. Also it was at Move Cafe in Kilimani.
Move Cafe, yeah. MOOV.
So it's kind of like open like ish. And I think that's kind of one of the problems why the short like YouTube vlog style video didn't work, because it was kind of open, so it didn't, like if we were in like in an enclosed space, like it would have felt more intimate, you know what I mean? But anyway, that's where it was. Then after that, all that he did the performances, and that's the first time I have seen Kinoti live. Well, technically it's the second time, but for reasons I can't remember the first time. Anyway, so this was the first time
Wow.
I consciously saw him performing, and I must say, bro, I was super, super impressed. One, with the audience participation, man. Bruh,
Oh no, yeah,
this guy's ride for Kinoti, man.
They knew the songs. They almost knew the EP already. I was like, this isn't out yet. How do you guys singing this thing word for word? Like, chill.
Remember the girl who was sitting next to, who was so hyped. So there was this girl sitting next to us who was so hyped about everything. She at one point stood up, and then when she went to sit down, she even fell off.
I was telling Afam, when that happened, I was telling Afam, there's always one at a concert that just goes crazy no matter what, and is yelling and just almost, sometimes it can borderline become cringy, but then that's just like the what do you call it, of fandom. Like sometimes I get secondhand embarrassment. Like, just chill though. We know you love the artist.
Yeah, I know. I know what you mean. I know, Sam, I know exactly what you mean. But like, it was kind of, it's like imagine how Kinoti feels. Like your music impacted someone so much that they're just like that.
You know what? I think some artists love it. I think some artists also could get embarrassed by that too. Sometimes, like, they don't want to be responsible for the person who is interrupting everything and yelling, talking out of turn and running up to the stage to say, "Oh my gosh, I love you," in the middle of my verse. Like, just let me finish this verse first. Let's get through the concert, then come take a picture. But yeah, I mean, no, he definitely
on that tip, there's a girl. You know how Drake is on tour right now. And how he does the walkouts, and there's a girl who kind of like held his neck when he was walking out. Or his beard, but it looked like she was holding his neck, and then he brushed her off, and he looked a bit like. Actually, he looked like he found it funny, and I was just laughing. It's just a very fun, bro. Fans do the most. Beard. Sam, is there any person who you would see who would make you like go like that? Like,
absolutely,
crazy.
I know. One thing I tend to pride myself on is I don't get starstruck. Like, I learned early that human beings are human beings. It doesn't matter how high you are, how low you are. So there are people who I appreciate their contribution to art. Like, if I see Kanye West, honestly, I'll be like, "Oh, it's Kanye." But that will only last for a second. Then I'll be like, "Oh, okay, Kanye is a human being." So in my mind, I don't know if there's anyone else.
So if Kanye West like came to a space that you're in, you wouldn't like freak out.
No, I would not. The only two people who That's
what everybody says. Are you sure? You wouldn't freak out?
I wouldn't. So back then it used to be when maybe 10 years ago, it used to be Lecrae, the CHH rapper.
Okay. Yeah.
And then he came to our school. He came to like my high school. And I saw him. It was him and Dimineo, the whole 116 crew. They came to our high school, and I was like, I was excited, like, oh my gosh, these guys are coming. But at the same time, I wasn't like, I saw cleaners in the school. Now, this is not true, like, this is not a class thing, but then I just saw cleaners in school who I know these guys have not listened to a single song that this guy has made, but they were running across to go meet him. I'm like,
they were going crazy.
Yeah, y'all have to relax. So I don't get very, very starstruck. It will be John Bellion. Mine will be producers. It will be John Bellion. I'd be super excited to meet him. Kanye West, obviously, super excited to meet him. But then they're just all human beings, man. Everyone is a human being to me.
The last time I remember like going, I wasn't starstruck, but this was when I was
you've screamed at least. You've screamed one scream.
No, this was when I was in primary school. I think I want to say I was in class 3 or class 4. And they brought this guy, Raftun. Do you remember Raftun? The guy who made the song
Bruh.
Remember that song?
Don't tell me you're going crazy for Raftun.
Oh no, bruh. People were going nuts for Raftun, bro. Like, people were even like, write your number on my hand or something like that. I remember that very clearly. And I remember getting caught up in it because, like, I just felt like, wow, this is a big moment. So everyone was like getting hyped. And even
like,
me,
that's what you're supposed to. Like, if you don't do it, you feel weird. You feel left out.
Yeah, but even me in general, I think I'd be really stoked to meet Drake.
Yeah. Drake could probably be the
I
least.
don't really think
Just
I
look
would
at him like
go
I look at
crazy
them
for
with,
Kanye.
yeah. I look at them with wonder though. Like these guys you're such a big part of a lot of people's lives and like my musical taste and everything. So there's definitely some awe there. Like, snap, he's real.
I know who I would be. Yes, exactly. And like just having them, because when you're a fan of these guys, you're like, you almost like develop like a weird like you feel like you know these people, which you really don't, by the way.
Absolutely not. Listen, your heroes, and I thought about this the whole week. Your stars and your heroes are not who you think they are. I'll just
at all. Trust me.
Keep that.
Listen,
there.
One thing: never meet your heroes. Never ever meet your heroes.
Do not do that.
Just be let down. You'll just be let down.
Oh, but actually, anyway, maybe you should. I think maybe you should meet your heroes and
because it could be a lesson. Mm-hmm. For me, it's this dudes called the Sidemen. They're YouTubers who I've been watching for like the past 10 years now. Yeah. Those guys. I wouldn't be starstruck, but those are people who I like watch. Like, I feel like I'm getting so personal here on this podcast, but anyway, those are people who I watch like a lot. So I would be very like, I'd be like, oh my god, like, yo, that's crazy. You know what I mean?
Maybe running those up to them, pulling out your phone like for a selfie.
No, I will not be doing all that, bro.
Oh my god.
Nah. Anyway, but we digress. So Kinoti goes, he's performing, then he finishes performing the songs from the album, so he starts performing the song. So people are like, damn, is the performance that short? So people were genuinely sad. Then he's like, no, I've got to perform more songs, and everyone is like, yo, yeah, everyone is excited. Yeah. And so now he starts performing like some of his songs. And then he's like, then there's this song he has with Ethan Muziki or something. And then he's like, so the vibe is like, Ethan, do you want to, so Ethan Muziki was there. And the vibe was like, Ethan, do you want to come and perform? And Ethan is like, nah, you do your thing. And then Ethan, spur of the moment, decides, let me just go perform. I think it was planned.
Psych. Psych.
But so now they both perform the song together. Everybody is crazy, is like going crazy. It's like, oh my god, it's Ethan Muziki and it's Kinoti and they're performing, and you know what I mean? So that happens, and it was actually really dope. Man, that was really sick. It was just really sick to witness. What else happened? Let's see.
No, that was that. Yeah, I mean, there's a whole encore. There's a thing that not Kenyan fans, I think it's fans everywhere though, love to do, where you just don't want to let the musician perform the songs he said he was going to perform and leave. Like, you have to ask for another song.
They started
and another song and songs. Another song. Yeah. It's like, all right, at some point we have to wrap this up. We need to and another one. Okay, so guys. And the artist really wants to please the fans, so he has to keep going until they get kicked out of the venue. But it was really cool. It was a cool experience.
That was cool. And then afterwards, we just talked. We met a few people. It's so weird that people know us from the podcast. I still find that kind of weird, but it's great. You know what I mean? Like, that's great. That's progress. And shout out to you guys for actually listening to this little old.
Yeah, it's really cool outside to see, and then some of the things that we hear. Like this, some of these conversations are really needed. Some of these conversations are
man.
It's very encouraging, I would say.
It is. It definitely is.
For sure.
What? Oh, Sam, do you know Suki and Hafari were actually there? We just didn't see them. Did you see them? I didn't see them.
Who?
Suki and Hafari.
Were they? I did not see them at all.
Yeah, they were because Hafari commented in one of our posts from the story that they were there, and we didn't see them. No. So unfortunately, man, that's kind of a bummer. Hearts. But cool, I'm sure. Wait, did you say that's broken your heart? I see what you did there.
Shout out to Breaking Hearts. Breaking
Hearts.
Oh,
that's what you said. Oh, okay.
Yeah. That would have been way more clever.
Again, shout out to Wangeshi and shout out again to Kinoti for putting that together. That's really dope. And even just seeing what the album is doing, man, it's been placed in a bunch of playlists, Tantalizers. That's a really huge playlist to be played. He's even the face of that playlist, which is really dope. And obviously Nairobi, he's on that playlist on Spotify. These are like playlists that are very like difficult to get on, one, and two, to be the face of those playlists. That's really dope. It means that the industry is genuinely like pushing your music. And yeah, shout out to them. Shout out to them. Yo, Sam.
What's going on?
What was happening in the news?
What's going on? There's been a bit of beef. Now, I haven't, a bit of beef to say the least. I haven't really been paying attention, but Khaligraph has been busy rapping.
Khaligraph Jones.
Maybe run us through the beef, through what's
me,
happening.
I'm not an okay, me, I'm not an aficionado on Khaligraph Jones and Khaligraph Jones related news. But it was impossible to kind of
Jones
miss
related
this.
things.
I'm really not. If you know me personally, you know I'm not the guy. But so essentially, he started a beef with the whole of Tanzania.
Like every single person, the president, all of them. Bro, shooting at everyone. Oh man!
So this is Khaligraph Jones's. This is his Kendrick Lamar control moment.
There you go.
Where he decided, you know what I'm gonna do? I have no idea, and I'm pretty sure like diehards would know the reasons, but I just saw it happening.
Yeah.
And essentially, he's like on live and stuff, and he's saying, "Yo, you guys have Tanzanians have 24 hours to respond. Otherwise, I'm coming to kill your whole industry and shit like that." And me, I'm just here observing.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Ati stop! No, me, I'm here like, please."
No, I said,
carry on.
I said talking his talk. Us were here looking through the outside of the window, like there's a war outside. We're just peeping through the window from the comforts of our houses. It's fun.
So
it's fun way to beef.
So Khaligraph does that, and obviously now these TZ rappers are up in arms because he's just belittling their rappers, man.
Of course.
And I want to play you guys a clip that's hilarious. So this guy,
Afam,
I guess he's a rapper. I'm not a hater. He's called Fido Vato. He's called Fido Vato, and he made a response
You're hating
to
still,
Khaligraph. And I just found it funny. So listen, guys, let me just play this clip real quick, and then we'll come back and just discuss about the nitty-gritty.
First, let me tell you about Khaligraph. He's a little boy. When he would start rapping, he was dreamed to be like Nako to Nako. Kwa hiyo jamaa alikuwa na dream kuwa kama sisi. Kwenye nyimbo yake anasema nataka kuwa kama Nako to Nako. And then how comes right now he start talking like, yo, I'm a gangster. I'm the baddest rapper. I come Tanzania 24 hours, I take over. Nick, you come here 24 hours, you're going to be dead. That's what's going to happen to you. And our city, Arusha, is not far from Kenya. It's only 2 hours. Get a bus. I'm challenging you this. I'm challenging you in a battle, and I'm challenging you in the boxing match. You fight with that clown, the comedian guy, right in the box. You come fight with me. In the boxing match,
you come fight with me. Also, Sam, why is his accent borderline Russian? It's borderline Russian. Is it just me? It sounds like he's from Russia.
What did he say? Big. Your English is big as
yeah, it's like you're a big boy or something, but your voice sounds like a girl.
Like your girlfriend.
Like your girlfriend.
That's crazy to talk to.
He's like, I'm challenging you to a battle.
That's disrespectful.
I'm challenging, bro. And then Butros has commented here. So Nairobi Gossip Club.
That's disrespectful.
They posted, and Butros is like Angebonga Tuswa, and I'm just like, yeah. Why didn't he just speak in Kiswahili? Because like he was really struggling.
Those are emoji eyes, though. Those are emoji eyes, though. Would you want to see Butros shoot at people too? We've never seen Butros in this light, have we? I'm looking at it
I
like,
think Boutros could. I think Boutros could.
No, obviously,
could hold
no.
his own against
Boutros
these guys.
has a humor quality to him, so I'm sure he'll bring fire.
The humor angle. Yeah.
I don't know much about this beef, though.
So
I don't know what's going on. So
he just in my perspective, he just decided, I'm gonna go against all these guys. And personally, I think it's a dope marketing ploy, because typically I wouldn't be paying attention to Rosa or Fido, Vato or Khaligraph, because
sharing into the beef.
I'm just documented as not being a.
Yeah, you have to use it. And I'm saying you have to put yourself in it. Like, you have to jump on the train as it's moving. Whoever you are. Like,
me I was just paying attention.
I'm writing a diss track to Tanzania tonight.
So he says, Khaligraph is like, failure to which I will launch an attack and I will take over the whole TZ music industry. I think that's what pissed them off. And become the best rapper in Tanzania, just like I am the best rapper in Nigeria and Kenya, which is a reach. But anyway.
Sorry, OG. I'm not sure I'm with you on that one, but all right.
I don't know, but like, so people who've responded, Harmonize, denounced Khaligraph's remarks. Rosa, obviously, she's actually just released a song. I think it's called Baba Omolo or Mama Omolo, something like that. So I guess Khaligraph is her son. Let's see. And actually, Sam, I don't mind the song apart from the mixing.
She was rapping.
The mixing, it feels
she
like
was rapping.
She was. I feel like they
rapping.
mixed it like in a hurry because they want to like remove it when it's like happening. So the mixing was trash.
Even if you mix it in a hurry, though, you could do less to it. You could do less to it.
Yeah, but
anyway,
that mixing was bad. But man, she made a video where she's like in a graveyard and she's like just talking all this grease about how she's gonna bury.
Bro, get out of the graveyard! What are you doing, man? The ghosts are here. Like, manzo, why is this chick coming to disturb us? Why are you coming to disturb us with raps? Well, resting.
So my thing is, I think, and we've kind of talked about this, and one of my friends, TG Black, was telling me that we need more beefs in rap. And it's kind of true. It's really a good marketing ploy, because here we are talking about Khaligraph and a bunch of people who I didn't know prior to today. And it's just like, it's fun. Well, as long as it doesn't go too far, it's fun. It's engaging. It's funny at times because everybody's just trying to make a meme.
Yeah, rap is a competitive sport. There's competition. There's a lot of bragging and bragging rights and ego and everything. So any chance that people get to peacefully shoot at each other and by shoot I mean rap. I mean rap. Let's correct that. Lyrically, rap at each other. It's always a good spectacle. It's like sport, It's like sport.
Yeah.
We've witnessed some really good beefs over the years, and it just does. I think it does well for the genre as a whole. So
for me, what it is like, I really respect that Khaligraph went and did his research, because in that diss track that he dropped, bro was naming like some really specific things, and I'm like, bro, it's like he knows like the Tanzanian rap game to a T. He's dissing a rapper and then he's saying, oh, and your friend said this, and I'm like, bruh, he's like, he really paid attention to it.
It was Pusha T to Drake. It was that level of
exactly.
Let me sit down and research your whole family.
Research your whole life.
You've been hiding your son.
Pusha T would be a scary.
Yeah, that was wrong.
Pusha T would be a scary person to be with.
What he said about 40, that was border. That was wrong, man. I get it, but that was crazy. Okay, well, wrong.
I think Pusha T's
wrong or not, we don't know. But then it was crazy. It was. I think
ridiculous. Pusha T's this track was more memorable. Like, now that some time has passed, it was more memorable just because it had a bunch of one-liners that, like, what was the one-liner?
It was a stronger right hook. Oh, way stronger right hook.
I can't remember the specifics, but yeah. I mean, the only memorable thing about Drake was hiding your son from whatever he said, hiding my son from the world, but not the world for my son. Whatever he said, it wasn't really memorable. So I think if we look back at the records, and by the way, I'm a huge Drake fan. I think Drake kind of lost that one, but
it was a good L to take. It wasn't the worst L, at least.
Oh, but there's rumors that Drake had gone like in, and then Jay Prince stepped in, because apparently the diss track Drake was about to release was too personal, and it was gonna get really out of hand.
I want to hear it first.
You think that's marketing?
PR.
You think that's marketing?
You want to tell me that Drake doesn't have good PR? Drake of all people, he has good PR, bro. I don't believe a word of that.
That's what the streets were saying.
The streets, right? The streets. Drake is going out whispering to the streets. Oh, speaking of streets, I didn't mention it in the beginning. This is really like by the way. But then, so at the shoot that we're doing at Sarit Center, oh man, it warmed my heart. So the kids, after we're like taking a couple of shots of the kids talking about some really young children talking about the general director of I don't know what to do with climate change in Kibera. It was really cool. So we had looked away. Then they grabbed all our equipment, they had turned it on, or rather no, it was on, and then they were like pretending they were in the studio. You know how kids do. It's like pretending in the studio, just rapping along, beatboxing. And then I walk up to them, I'm like, all right, let me go. And I walk up to them, they were rapping Watch, bro. My heart was so warmed. I felt like crying. So like one of them the guy was beatboxing the beat. I don't even know. The beat. Yeah. The moment he said beatboxing, I was like, wait, this sounds pretty familiar. How is he getting it? And then I heard her rapping. I was like, watching the film. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so... Oh, it was adorable. Kids, man.
You have the streets, bro. Yeah. You have the streets hearts, man.
The streets ears. I have,
That's
bro.
influence, man.
Anyway,
that's fire.
That's just about the way.
That's fire.
Phil,
that's actually really fire. Bro. You know what? I don't think I've had... Like, I've never really been there when like my music was being played or referenced. Because I've had people send me, like, you send me, oh yeah, your music is being played here, or it's whatever. But I've never really like
been there to hear
I've really
it.
Felt
Neither
that.
have I.
Yeah,
I haven't had any. I had too much being played once in a car, like on the side of the street. Some guys were inside the car just having a good time. They were playing it, so I was like, hey, that's cool. But then other than that, I've not really heard anything except an ad. I've not really heard anything elsewhere.
We think we need to be outside more, and because these things do like I got a video once of Shishi, the DJ, she was playing a song I released earlier this year, and I was like, bro, that's so cool, but I'm never ever there to like experience this stuff. So it's just like we need to be outside more.
Yeah.
For sure. But yeah, listen, shout out to everybody involved with this Khaligraph beef. Sam, the final question. What's the in the name of marketing, because obviously I think this is a really dope marketing ploy. The views, the numbers, the engagement is up for everyone involved in this beef. Where do you draw the line in terms? So it's not even necessarily about beef. I'm just saying, where should artists like draw the line when it comes to marketing themselves and their music? Like, do you think we should do you think artists should strive to do the most to bring attention to themselves and their music?
Yeah, so we know people will do everything. They'll do everything to, like, they'll undermine each other. They'll go to great lengths to push themselves, right? And this is even without beef, like in just generally in industries, especially since our industry is very small. They'll do whatever they can to slow down someone else's growth and accelerate themselves. Yeah. So if that's already the mode, it feels like there's not much there's not much that we can do. It's not as big. I don't know how to say what I'm trying to say, but then it's not as important to hold back. Of course, when it gets to my thing now, honestly, would be violence. and it gets to a point where there's like actual threats and violence and even just talks of violence, like in the clip when he was saying that if Khaligraph shows up in TZ, like he'll be dead.
You will be dead in 24 hours.
Yeah, I personally am not a child. I don't think it's necessary. I know sometimes it's just all jokes and it's part of the metaphors and stuff like that. But then it's kind of, I get a bit uncomfortable with that kind of talk, just because rap being so competitive and a lot of rap is street, and this is people just being who they are, and they could very easily turn, and people will do whatever for marketing. We already know that, right? So. Actually, come to think of it now, I have a question for you. Apart from Khaligraph, who do you think in Kenya could jump on this rap thing with him to tear Tanzania up? Khaligraph seems to be and maybe that's why he's doing it, but he seems to be one of the own. What's the state of rap in? Like, I don't know whether it's for this podcast, but what's the state of rap in Kenya? I'm trying to figure that out, honestly. It's
damn.
It's
I don't know if I'm the best placed to answer this. Who would be the best person to join in and be like, okay. I actually don't know.
I need to do some research. I'll do some research. I'll make some calls. I'm trying to figure out what's the state of rap in this country.
I know. Saru. I don't know why Saru gives me vibes like she can go in on TZ.
Yeah.
If like Saru just sat down and put like pen to paper, I think she could just go in. Oh yeah, Saru. Me, I'd go Saru. Imagine.
I thought you just said Saru. Pen to paper. By the way, pen to paper. That's the name of this podcast. Pen to paper.
It's not that. I'll say something more.
Pen to paper. But no, yeah, Saru would go. I like to see Butchers in beef, honestly. I'd love to see that. I want to see what Butchers would talk about. He's definitely going to bring in some interesting lines.
Me, I'd go Saru. Saru is my pick. Saru is my pick for me.
I think even though he's still a bit younger, I think he has the lyrical thing to do it, but I think Trio Mio will also be good. His writing is very good. Like, I think he'd be able to, and he can write in Swahili too, so it'd be like really cool for him.
Butchers would just be nice because he'll make it funny.
Yeah, he'll make it funny. He'll make it funny. Definitely. The Wakadinali and that whole drill.
Them they'll make it serious, bro.
Yeah, fam.
They'll make it like.
Maybe let's not mention them. Let's not mention them on that in case they hop on it.
Yeah.
But anyways, now it's let's see how it goes. Khaligraph has had a history of beefs. He beefed with. I don't know why he called Nigeria out, but he's beefed with Ghana before. So it was Ghana, right?
He's the best rapper in Nigeria, bro.
What does he mean?
Anyway, Sam.
Yeah.
I think we should make a producer beef. Let's do a startup producer beef.
Is that nearly as interesting?
Yes. We can make it interesting.
All right.
All we'll have to do is like, producer X ripped their beat off of YouTube, and that's how we started.
Go ahead, bro. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Let's see.
Your whole flow is stolen from all these YouTube.
I already have a producer. I'm trying to.
No.
Already.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
You have an arch nemesis.
Yeah. He's the same arch nemesis that you have. You know it.
I have no arch nemesis.
Afam.
Nemesi.
Afam. All right. I'll leave it there. Let me not put words in your mouth.
Please.
But so what will be the equivalent?
Actually,
what will be the equivalent of us putting pen to paper?
For me, it would just be like outdoing them with the work ethic, like being like, and then no. Our equivalent would be, so you target a producer, like, let's say this is just me throwing out a name like Marvo on the beat or someone.
Snap. Afam wants to go at Marvo on the beat.
No, I don't.
Oh my goodness, I don't. We have a beef, guys. Yo, Marvo, you have 1 day to respond
with the beat.
You have 1 day to respond with a beat.
So I go on. So me, how I would do it would be like, now if I'm beefing with the producer, yeah, I'll make a concerted effort to work with everybody who they work with like heavy. So I'd make a concerted effort to like work with the Major or whoever, like, and then just gain favor, like, so that like now even they start using my beats way more.
Real Housewives of whatever he. It's very vindictive.
So petty. It's so petty.
Yeah, that's petty work.
And then just make sure to be way better than them.
Don't condone that type of behavior.
Like that's the best thing, because if you copy someone's style, like now to be annoying, like that's kind of like an L, because now that other producer will be like, yo, he's just biting my style.
Sure.
Or no, the thing will be to steal something super niche.
Afam, you sound like you really thought about this, haven't you? Wow, you're like...
Oh yeah, I've put a lot of thought into this. Sam, you steal something super niche. Like maybe there's a producer who, like, you know how Pharrell does he starts every song with the 4 or whatever. Yeah. So you steal something super niche a producer does, and then you do it with on a big scale, like with a big artist. So now when people think about that niche thing, they think about you, but it's not you.
But see,
you know what I mean?
That would backfire if Pharrell is already known for that, though, because now they think Pharrell's the one who produced that song, unless you say
that's what I'm saying. Okay. Let me put it on a small scale. No, should I do this?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I can. So basically, I like to. So you guys know the producer Cap. So Cap has he has a thing that he usually does where he doesn't do it as much now, but there's this sample of like thunderstorms that they always use. And the first time I heard it was 19, who is another producer who always does that. And I was like, so I always used to make fun of Cap. I'm like, yo, like, why are you biting 19's thing? And Cap is always like, bro, me and 19 do this shit together. But I always like try to gaslight him. I'm like, yo, you're biting 19's shit. You know what I mean? So anyway, that's what I would do. I'd steal somebody's
Maybe we need that.
Then...
Maybe we need some producer beef in this game also. Let's start.
No, producer beef.
We already have Afam versus Mavo on the beat. Mavo on the beat, and it has to be something fresh too. Don't go into your vault. Like, you have to make something fresh, something fire. Respond to Afam within one day.
Bro.
Let's
go.
Mavo
has way more. Although,
how are you already saying you've lost the beef and you haven't even started Afam? What's going on here?
If we're relying
I will
on
not witness
having
this.
hits, if we're relying on having hits, Mavo has way more.
Forget about hits. No one cares about hits. We're talking about beats.
Sam, I will say this. I'll put my.
You'll wash him. You'll just absolutely.
I feel like. No.
Oh.
I feel like I have way more range in terms of like genres.
Let's go. Yes.
Yeah.
Talk your talk,
exactly,
Afam. Talk your talk. Mavo, you've heard, bro. You've heard. What are we going to do?
Bro, me, the only thing I really don't produce, but I can if I tried, is what? It's country music. But
imagine beefing with
yeah.
Imagine someone pulls up a beat for beef and then it's ukuleles.
It's a country song. That's kind of hard, though. That's kind of hard. That's kind of hard.
It's ukuleles and harmonicas.
Imagine going on a beat. No, imagine going for a beat battle and then the intro is a ukulele. Me, I'd actually.
No, I'm talking about the whole joint. No 808s nowhere, just ukuleles.
Okay. Yeah.
That'd be hilarious. Speaking of ukuleles, new music.
Oh wow, that was horrible, Sam.
Yeah, you see how it feels,
and then you flame me.
You see how it feels, but you see how it feels. You see how it feels when you do that.
Oh man, that was horrible.
Segues.
Yeah, new music, bro. What were the streets? Okay, I have to shout out this song. Well, obviously, firstly, shout out to Kinoti for releasing his
Little Messages.
EP. Little Messages. Really, really dope listen. I just love the sound.
The album art is cool. I feel like they would have put a little bit more into it.
Yeah, I mean personally, I don't mind it. I think it's for the genre. I think it's nice.
No, even for the genre, I think anyway, it's just my opinion. I feel like there could have been more that he would have done with this to portray the idea a lot better, I think. But that's just me.
Yeah. I think it's playful, but I get what you're saying. But like I've seen some art this year that's been very horrible. This is,
for example,
this is at least.
Of course, you're not
I'm
going
not
to
giving
say.
any examples.
I knew it. Yeah. Oh man. See, I know.
So I was gonna say.
Oh man.
I was gonna say shout out to my guy Iken.
Yeah.
Iken released a song which I really liked.
Oh yeah.
It's very experimental.
Enjoyed that one.
Huh?
Yeah, I'm saying I enjoyed that one. I listened to it. It was good.
Yeah, the song is called Tender.
Yeah.
I really like, and I think he produces his own stuff and mixes his own stuff. So shout out to Iken, man. Honestly. What else did I listen to? Soldier Boy up in the soul. Touching on My Baby by Emma Chiruto and Mudhaka. Did you listen to this?
I did. Not the whole thing, but I listened to some of it.
Did you hear the drum part? So there's a section on this song that has like a very weird drum bounce that just threw me off. It's very experimental, but it really threw me off.
Yeah, it was, I don't know. It might take a little getting used to, honestly.
Is it just me? I'm saying, is it just me? Because I swear that drum bounce is just very unique. Like it kept alternating.
It's
drum bounce.
That's one of the things that made it hard for me to listen when I started listening to it, and then I was like, okay, I can't really get into this. Do you know who produced that?
I struggled. Mudhaka.
Is it going to be a blank? It's going to be a blank. Great. Brilliant. Why do we still have blanks?
I thought it was Mudhaka.
Who produced the song? I don't know. I am not sure.
Am I tripping?
I don't know. We could find out. Do some research. As we're doing some research, shout out to Umoja Sounds.
I thought it's just Mudhaka.
Provoke, Frederick Muller.
I don't know.
Again, they've been very consistent dropping. And I like the recent photos that they listened.
It's not.
My goodness.
Okay,
the recent photos that
I take
they
that
were.
Back.
It wasn't Mudhaka?
No, sorry about that. Go ahead. You're saying?
Yeah, maybe if you're trying to throw more people into this producer beef that you have going on. Yeah, I was just talking about Umoja Sounds, Provoke, and Frederick Muller.
Shout out to them.
Yeah, I like the little I'm not saying little, but the photo shoot that they've been doing. Not the photos, the Instagram photos and stuff that they've been posting. Like, it's pretty cool. Frederick Muller has been all over the place. I think it's from TZ actually. So I don't know where he would fall in this rap beef. Frederick Muller is another one I'd like to hear. He's a rapper. Like, I'd like to hear him on some beef. Ochungulu Family. They released a song called Muni DM. It's not money DM, it's Muni DM, like DM me. Really like the beat.
It's what you expect.
Yeah, I really like the beat.
Yeah, the beat is very
the
empty.
Beat was very cool.
Like, it just lets them do their thing. I like it as well.
Yeah, that was dope. Karun released this one produced by K-Rob.
Remix.
Lie to Me, the remix is. That's cool. I don't know if she's going to drop a whole EP of them. I think she will. But that's nice. Idaziz came with Mwele. Idaziz again, he's doing his thing. Even
our girl Sophia Nzao, she's on the same wave. They're on the same wavelength.
Definitely, yeah. Let them go. Let them do it. Kim Life dropped Mamacita. I thought it was going to be Afrobeat, and then it wasn't. So
I know. What did you think?
There. It was good. It was okay. It was okay. I think he wasn't completely comfortable for me in it, but it was. I gave it a listen. Maybe I'll listen to it again and see. What did you think?
Yeah.
Because you've been around him.
Me personally, I heard the song before y'all. Because I listened to
your industry.
Anyway. I like that he's trying to branch out and not just box himself in the Afrobeat lane. He's not trying to box himself in the Afrobeat lane.
He's experimenting.
So, yeah, that's I fuck with that. I also listened to Inawezekana by Emmy Mudhiga, Bantu Baby, Bantu Maybe. Do you see the puns there? By Mrumbi, Basic City, Eliza, and African Vic.
You love that, didn't you? You love the Bantu Baby, Bantu Maybe. You love that, didn't you?
I would make such a joke.
Yeah.
Gratitude by Poland, Bubu, and Afronautic. Shout out to my friend Mervin Obiero, Solid. I love his consistency, man. He's been releasing a lot, like if not once every week, once every 2 weeks. So he's really putting in the work. I think that's all I listen to, really, if I'm being honest.
That's dope.
From this week.
What are you thinking of playing?
What would you like to play?
Okay. Since you've asked me right after I've asked you, I think we should do Kinoti. Kinoti is an incredible musician. And his whole EP honestly is playable here.
Yes.
If we had the opportunity, we just play the whole album. We should do a thing where we just get together and like play, like for just an episode, just like play a whole album and just like talk through it. It's different from like the normal podcast format. I think that'll be fire.
We would have to be paid for that because that's like peak marketing, man. But yes, okay, fine. Let me.
Yeah,
not
it
be
also
annoying.
just it also
Yes,
puts
that's
it
a
also
great
puts
idea.
artists on. But anyway, yeah, I think we should do Till Forever Ends. It's the first song of the Little Messages EP. Very very acoustic,
go.
very chill, very emotional. Yeah, Till Forever Ends, Kinoti.
Let's go.
Rather be alone than have someone else by my side. If it ever goes wrong, we'll find a way to make it right. Cause both of our hearts are perfectly intertwined. I find peace in calling you mine. I'd rather go insane than be okay without you here. With every passing day, my vision for us gets so clear. Just you and me, and no one can interfere. I find peace in knowing that you're mine. When I'm picturing forever, it isn't complete unless you're in it. With us standing close together and laughing about our life and how we lived. Whoa, 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 whoa. I wanna love you till forever.
So that was Till Forever Ends by Kinoti from his EP Little Messages, Small Messages.
A big tune.
Messages that are ample, but not... Yeah, it's a big tune from a little messages, like...
Perspective.
Anyway, shout out
Thanks
to
for
Kinoti.
saving that, by the way.
Shout out to Kinoti, that was fire.
Yeah.
Guys,
promising.
There was another episode of the 30% podcast, a podcast which we started to highlight Kenyan music and put it on a pedestal and put it more in our faces, as well as also shed light on the industry and
the world's faces,
the Kenyan industry as we experience it from our perspectives as Kenyan musicians. I mean, musicians and producers. Yeah. So thank you guys so much for listening. Yeah, man. You can listen to this podcast on Apple Music, on Spotify, on Google Podcasts,
that's right.
and on Anchor.
On that note, very right.
And you can also find us on LinkedIn.
Also right.
And Instagram.
Episode
39. And Threads.
I agree.
And TikTok.
And X.
And YouTube and Twitter, because we don't call it X on this
It's X.
platform.
Oh. That stuff is not going to catch on. It's not going to catch on.
It's
not going to
trash. But yeah, guys,
Oof.
thank you guys so much for listening to this podcast.
Yeah,
and wow, that was episode 38. We are gonna be on episode 40 really soon, which is just really dope to think of. And shout out to you guys for listening.
It's progress, man. It's
And
progress. Thank you for everyone. Thank you to everyone listening. Thank you to everyone listening. God bless you.
God bless you. And on that note, enjoy. I don't know.
Bye.
We'll see you on episode 39.